Yo, what up? We are back again, another episode, and guess who I got back? I got Cam, the chef, on my show again.
It's your boy.
Boom, back again, right? And this on this episode, we just gonna be talking. Got some random questions I want to ask him. Gonna talk about some books, shit like that. So yeah, all y'all chef nerds, right, and comic nerds who can read, right? We about to have some fun. All right. So we earlier we was having a conversation about soul food,
Hmm.
stuff like that, right? So soul food, like you made a mention of like in the South, right? Soul food works with like older like white people or whatever, right? Why do you think I guess in the U.S. right at least, why do you think that places like say like California, right? Because I lived out there,
Hmm.
right? Or places say New York, whatever, I don't know Minnesota, but I don't know somewhere out there. Why do you why do you think that like when black people open up soul food restaurants and shit, it don't seem like they be working that well. Like not that black people don't work that well. I'm talking about like the restaurants themselves
Yeah.
don't get I guess the name recognition or whatever. You know what I mean? Because it's like it may be a restaurant. Say like, what's the dude name with the spiky hair?
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Dinner's Drive-In Dimes.
Yeah.
And it's like you might get to a restaurant, you're like, oh, it's a nigga chef back here. Like it's fire,
Yeah.
right? But it's like it ain't. It's far in between, kind of thing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying? And
just
it's only one. I don't. I want to say there's like one type of thing. Like it's like they known for these crazy yams or they known for these crazy catfish they made or
hmm
some shit like that. Versus like this is a restaurant that is bringing you like top tier soul food or whatever. You know what I mean? Because like soul food takes so fucking long. Like
Yeah.
real soul food take a long ass time to like
Well, that's the whole
make it
that's the
right.
whole thing, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
cause a lot of these places, I guess, from what I've seen, I mean, they just, you open up and you make it work,
Yeah.
and I don't know if they don't, why they don't hit. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it might be a matter of just like. You go to some folks' house and it just don't hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
Like
had
some people cookout just don't it just don't hit
yeah. I
sometimes.
mean, I've had really great soul food in New York.
Yeah.
Really great soul food in Chicago, and like it's a lot like places where the Great Migration really hit it. Like in the 20s and 30s, where you got a couple generations
Yeah.
of Southern black folks that's passed stuff down. Also, you got to think outside the South, you got a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Influence from
Yeah.
like internationally or whatever region that might be from. Like, so you say Minnesota. I'm not sure what the regional food is like there. I'm sure it's very like heavy to get you
Yeah.
through the winter or whatever. But it's probably not. It's it's probably not as easy to do. I mean, it's probably easier to do than a lot of soul food.
Yeah.
Or soul food is just not is a thing where some people just feel nervous about cooking it,
Yeah.
or like they're
Why you think
not
that is though? Why I like cause
cultural
like
appropriation. I'm talking about like white folks like
bro,
trying
what?
or whatever,
I
or if
mean
you
I
or
guess
folks that's not from the South, like
yeah.
they like they hold soul food with so much reverence, which shouts out to it. But also, I mean, as far as recognition goes, I
Yeah.
mean, I think soul food, like, people know what's up, but it's hard to probably make a business out of it, I guess, in some
Yeah.
spaces. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Never
I mean
never
I
been to
know
Cali, but I feel like
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I move out to Cali. Shit, it's over with. I'm open up smooth ass meat and three.
Look, I mean that would be that to be honest, that would be the move cuz like people I'm sorry, but like people in California will slick be like, "Oh, we have all the food out here, blah blah." And sometimes they do, but it's like it's really only certain things though. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So like if you really like to me like Cali, like when you deep in the hood of Cali, right? It's like you really it's more Chicago type food. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of like Tex Mexes type stuff or
Yeah,
whatever. And
yeah,
like the shit be fire because it's like it's just some niggas who just made up some shit. You know what I mean? Like oh, we just made up some hot shit, nigga.
yeah.
And this is
And
like oh, it's fire. But like outside of that,
but that's niggas. I mean, bro, I tell you what, bro, black folks niggas gonna be resourceful. I tell you what,
I
like
mean,
we
oh
gonna
yeah, of
it's
course,
some folks, you if you
of course.
take that hustling mentality, it's you
Right,
come up
right,
with some shit real quick, and whether it's super great
yeah,
or just a hit,
right.
You know,
I mean,
sometimes that's all you need.
yeah,
You know, I guess. But you know, some folks in it for
yeah,
whatever they in it for.
yeah,
That ain't my business. I tell you what, ain't got my money
yeah.
involved.
I mean, I feel it. I
Yeah.
just think that I don't know. I just feel sometimes, I guess in a sense, that I feel like soul food should be held to the same like love standard as we do Italian and French food or
Well,
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
I say this too. Like, you know, it took shouts out to Escoffier
yeah,
in like the mid 1800s. Is his chef, and he basically like created the system that is what made French fine dining like
yeah,
such a institution. I think it, and that was like, you know, hundreds of years ago. I think it just take time. It take a lot of
yeah.
time to get to that point, and we might not see it in our generation, but in the next one for sure. I mean, it's gonna be up there with
'Cause
just as much reverence, you
I
know.
mean, but I ain't gonna lie, fool. I feel like it's been a long time. Been a long. Cause I mean, think about
Hey,
like to me now, motherfuckers may get on my ass for this, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. I feel as if Mississippi and Louisiana, right, are
hmm
the mecca for soul food, right? To
I
be honest, that's just me, right?
I'm not even gonna fight you on that one. That sound I maybe add Georgia in that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I put Tennessee in. I'll probably put Tennessee before I say Georgia,
Mm,
but yeah, I would say. Yeah, matter of fact, I would say those three:
yeah,
Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. That's the mecca for Southern food
I
or
wouldn't
whatever.
fight you on that.
But uh, and I'm like, bro, like I don't know, especially because like you go. I feel like the further you go down, the spicier it get. You know
hmm
what I mean?
Well,
And then
that's you know, you gotta think like the Spanish influence down there
right, right,
from
right,
Louisiana Purchase and all that good stuff. Hey, shouts out to history, bro. But
right, right, right,
uh,
right.
but no, but it's just something I've read a lot of books on.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
on the tip where like, you know, food history is history. Like, if you figure out how people ate in certain times and where influence come
right,
from, that's why I was saying like it takes so much time for stuff to have that much weight and like that much respect in the, I think, the
right,
culinary
right,
world.
right, right.
But also, as far as respect go, we gotta think about the fact like black folks in the U.S. You know what I mean? Like from up until maybe like 40 years ago, where we just started getting any kind of respect with our food, and then now like where we're finding out about like all the chefs that help build like American culture like within the food and everything, like, you know, macaroni and cheese and scalloped potatoes and
You're right,
like
right.
all these random things that you're just like, oh, it was a black dude that came up with this. Like, no way Martha Washington came up with like 800 something recipes. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
oh boy, what's his name? Chef Hercules. I forget his last name, but he was a presidential black chef. They like sent
Oh
him over
yeah.
to France to learn and all this stuff, and but like, you know, black folks just didn't get the recognition, so much so back then that we still, you know, it's gonna take a little bit longer for us, just
Right.
like per usual. But um again, shouts out to history.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it put me at ease knowing that like it's a lot of folks have been putting in a lot of work for a long
Right.
time, and you know, you got a lot more people than just me that's trying to carry a little bit over that torch, you know.
Right.
So, you know,
Cause like, on the subject of like Southern food or whatever. Cause we were talking about this a second ago too about condiments,
mm-hmm.
right? And like, shout out to Bryce. Bryce Moore says he does not fuck with condiments. I love condiments, to be
insane,
honest.
G.
Like, so do you count? Do you count gravy as technically as a condiment, or is it its own thing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna start with this for my
okay,
definition of a condiment. I guess
yeah,
a condiment is anything that you put on stuff that you can't eat by itself.
okay.
Right. And I feel like gravy is that. If you eating gravy by itself, bro, you bullshit. Yo,
I said you bullshit. I ain't gonna lie for you. Yeah, yeah. Great.
you know what I mean? If you
If a
eating
nigga just
ketchup
sipping,
by
yeah,
itself,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, what you got going? You know what I mean? Like, it's worm
Well, like
type shit.
ketchup. So hold on, like when you say ketchup by itself, you just like dipping your finger in the ketchup type shit,
Drinking
or
ketchup with
like
a straw,
ah yeah,
anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
That's on something different.
It's
Yeah.
like you would eat. Like you wouldn't eat ranch.
What
You
the
wouldn't drink ranch. Yo. Like, you know what I mean? Anything
no.
that you would
Yeah.
that you would eat on something, but you would definitely won't eat it by itself. Like
Yeah.
that, it angers me that
Ugh.
nah,
Yeah, no,
nah.
oh yeah. I mean, to each his own, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But like, to me, I feel like condiments make everything. So
For
like,
sure.
and like with the gravy, cause like, hopefully eventually, right, I'm gonna have Bryce on the show, and I'm gonna have you on the show. We're gonna do like a live joint, and like, cause Bryce has an interesting like thing that they make or
Mhm.
whatever, right? So like, I'm gonna make sure I get it right or whatever. But it is essentially it's Texas toast,
Mhm.
right? And then like a hamburger patty, open face, right? You
Mhm.
got cheese on the top. So then most of the time they use the crab singles. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, something like that. And then you got fries on top of that, and well, I don't know, say onions, like diced onions or whatever,
Mhm.
on top of the cheese. And then you got the French fries on top, and then gravy over top of that, right?
I mean, that shit sound pretty straight to me.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, yeah,
It sounds good,
yeah.
but it's just kind of like it kind of, to be honest, it like it threw me off or whatever,
Mm.
right? It threw me off because I was like, I don't, I don't know. I'm like, maybe you can't make it like
Like,
some other type of meat or something with cheese on the
mm.
top. You know what I mean? Because it's like that's mad carb heavy for one. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and then I think that the meat, like you gotta go with like quarter pound burger or something.
Where
You know
we
what I
eating this?
mean?
What
Like,
time of the day is this? A 2 o'clock meal? I mean,
so the way Bryce explained it, he was because they he doesn't like the traditional Thanksgiving meal,
uh,
right? So like that's what they eat for Thanksgiving.
mm,
You know what I mean? So
okay,
like no, instead of the turkey, the dressing and all that,
yeah,
nah, they eating the what you call it?
that
You know what I'm saying?
sandwich.
Yeah, the sandwich something like that. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
to cheat your own, you know. I mean, to each their
Yeah,
own.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not down on it. I'm just saying like, what if that would that be like a snack or some shit that you would be like, yeah, bro, I'll fuck this joint up real quick.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if somebody puts some food in front of me, you know, I don't. People don't
Yeah,
cook. People don't cook for me that
yeah,
often. Like, I don't get like, you know, that treatment.
yeah,
But like, I mean, yeah, I bust that
yeah.
down. It's almost like poutine, almost
Yeah,
minus
yeah,
the
yeah,
cheese. That's
yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah.
poutine minus the cheese curds. That's what you're saying. And
Well, I
adding
mean,
some meat.
it's got the
The
what you call
Texas
it, cheese
toast.
on
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
cheese on the
I guess it
bottom.
is a lot of stuff. Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You gotta. That's why I'm like, because your only other thing is like you only got the meat and then like the diced onions, the
Yeah, I
cheese, and
mean,
then the shit on top.
I do
But
not want
like,
to be that toilet that see me. I tell you though, it do look.
yeah,
Yeah,
you gonna be
make
fucked up.
you. It shit look like make your shit thick.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie, but I want to have you on the show and we like
Oh yeah.
make a version
Oh
of it.
yeah. I'll be back
You know
whenever.
what I'm saying? We test it out. But uh, oh, so yeah, so you're talking about books, right? I got a couple books gonna run by you, right? So, what kind of cookbook person are you, right? Like, if you or do you own cookbooks? This is probably a
Do
dumbass
I?
question.
Bro,
Yeah,
I got a collection. It gotta be
yeah.
200 plus.
Damn.
Might be
Yeah.
300. Might be 300 plus. I don't
What?
even know. It's just I've been collecting for a good
Yeah.
minute. I get those as like gifts a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Growing up, or like I buy myself a book every birthday. Like,
Yeah.
some of these books are pretty expensive. So but like I've been getting more and more specific,
Yeah.
like
Like what you
with
trying to
my
go for?
purchases. Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now the culinary book world is so great. Like, there's so
Yeah.
many chefs putting out a lot of good cookbooks that are worded like beautifully to where, like, it's worded for chefs type shit.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's kind of, it's, as a regular consumer, you could definitely like make the dishes, especially if you're a little bit
Right.
of a foodie. But a lot of them you can see that it's just so precise, and it helps like
Right.
building other dishes and all that stuff. And so most of my books that I actually use like on a monthly or weekly basis, like whenever I try to come up with a menu, or
Right.
I have like an event or whatever it is, it's mostly like reference books. So like the Flavor Bible is the big one. I always look back at like um things like The Third Plate by like Dan Barber. It's more of like a
Yeah.
novel, but it makes you think about like how to cook certain dishes. It's more about like the philosophy of like how to make a good dish versus
Yeah.
like just do this and this and this. But also I like to just find like random books. Like, I go to whatever bookstore
Yeah.
when I travel, and like showed me the cookbook section, and sometimes they had like funny, silly stuff
Yeah.
I'm into. Like you got one right on top that I saw one time, and I was like, oh yeah, I wish I would have came up with
Yeah.
this. You
So
know?
the funny thing is this: is there's only two books that are in this stack, right? That are not that I did not get from Dollar Tree, which is hilarious. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm a sucker for this shit. Like I'll go to a Dollar Tree and I'm
Yeah.
like, let me check out the books real quick. You know what I'm saying? And like just cause I like to read books anyway. But then it's like finding a cookbook that I've seen on say like Amazon or like in a bookstore somewhere and been like, hey, damn, this joint would have been fire, but this motherfucker is $30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then to see it in Dollar Tree, I'm like, oh, I gotta get it.
Yeah, I get,
Right.
you could put me on game. I ain't never looked at books at all.
The first Dollar Tree book is the Hungover Cookbook by Milton Crawford, right? And like, have you ever read this book?
That's what I was saying. I seen that in a bookstore.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So with this book, there's like he's got like a series of them, and like one is like Hungover, the other one is called something else. But in the book, basically, it's a lot of recipes, and it kind of explains that like this is what happens to your body when you've been drinking all night long, so on and so forth, and other stuff, and then the breakdown of like, okay, is this the type of hangover that you're having? Right? This is what you should be eating, right?
This is a very adult book.
Right. So, and like I kind of, for a long time, I was like, I like the pictures. You know what I mean? But
It's like, I'm still like that. I
like, but it's like I have come to have this appreciation for books. That's like it's more of the recipe and kind of like a simple drawing of what it is. You know what I mean? Like I have come to like that or whatever, because it kind of gives you more of this expectation of like I can make my own thing, and kind of as long as it kind of looks like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of the recipes in there, super simple recipes, easy recipes. You know what I mean? Shit like that or whatever.
I'm all about I'm all about quick little meals.
Yeah.
And I do some private chef work now for a couple clients, and that is the fun thing about like cooking for a family. A lot of times they just want something quick and fun, And
yeah.
these books really that's what they all about a lot of times.
Right. It's like man, what is it? Cause I forget what the other names of them just were. But yeah, it's like I feel like something like this, especially when you hungover, bruh. You know what I mean? You're like, I gotta go do yard work today. My wife's gonna be pissed.
It's just now starting to hit me.
Right? Yeah. Let me go eat these eggs and something. You know what I mean? So, that's what I don't know. I think that those kind of books are good. This is a random ass book or whatever, but this is a men's health book. But his men's health is plant based eating, but it includes meat, right? So like me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not one for like real plant based eating shit. Like I'm not finna be like, let me go get some plant based cheese and shit. I ain't gonna lie, that's not my type of big bag. To be honest, I need that full milk cheese. I need, I feel like that's me.
The way I see, if I'm eating vegetarian or vegan or anything, I'd rather just eat the straight vegetables. Like again, make a salad, make some grains and some vegetables. I'll be all right. You know, I was vegan for like 6 months. I ain't bullshit.
Yeah. I'm not sitting down there. I'm just saying it's like it was the way you look when you said, oh, yeah, 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Right.
It was a prison time.
Yeah. That was enough. Like
I got out on good behavior type shit.
Yeah. So like, but it'll have recipes in here. So like, you got roasted vegetables and cheese, or like
manchego cheese, serrano ham.
So it's
bro.
like shit like that. Like to me, I've made that one, and I was like, that was pretty good. You know what I mean? And like, but you also got shit like this. We got like broad rolls with like some damn near like homemade sauerkraut. You know what I mean? Or like fish on rye type shit. So it's like you got like meat options, but it's also shit in here where it's like I tried to make this myself or whatever. It was like the feta and pea sandwich, and it's like I'm not gonna lie, fool. I know that like you could go to like a semi nice like little bar restaurants and oh we might got this and shit, and niggas be like, oh killing it. But on real, bro, that's like a broke nigga sandwich.
I swear to God.
Like a real broke nigga sandwich. And when I ate that shit, bro, like I'm like,
you like, man, what am
Yeah, fool. To be honest, I'm like, yo, this is okay, but this ain't like no snack that I'm finna be like, let me get them peas right quick. Let me get these. You know what I mean?
That's wild. That's wild. They just try to make
Yeah.
that like an actual thing.
Right, and like I didn't even use canned peas. I used like the frozen, put them in the microwave junk.
Yeah.
But I don't got a microwave, so I just use them in the stove. I mean, on the stove top.
But you know
So
what this
like,
is? It's like some British shit, like peas and they be eating beans and peas and
I mean, yo,
like mashed pea pie
that's
and
true.
like all this shit.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
imperial bullshit
Yeah.
right there. I tell you, they trying to get they what's the shit called they initiative across.
Yeah.
You know? Nah, they got that.
But it's like some of the recipes, like especially because you talk about salads and shit,
Yeah.
they got some fire like quick
roasted
salad
sweet potato,
recipes in
chicken
there and shit.
salad.
Yeah.
Nah, this fire. I ain't gonna lie. When I see men's health, like a men's health magazine, I always just think about like hoarders. Cause I feel like it was like when you watch Hoarders, I used to look out, like especially the men's. They always had like a stack of magazines, and in that stack, you could just see how many men's health magazines, and you could tell like at some point they try to get their shit together, but it just it didn't hit.
So I do that joke about like I got fired from a hoarder's house and blah blah.
Shit.
So I got a joke about that. But the funny thing is this: when I did work the job, you would go to, especially like, dude, it's funny how you said the men's health, because I would see fucking Motor Trend and Car and Driver magazine.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I'm like, nigga, you drive an 86 Chevette. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Why do you have these magazines
with no
here?
prospects?
Yeah. None whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, I think that shit is hilarious, bro. So, like, all right. So, the next book, right, is it, me, I am a fan of two things, right? Obviously, I'm a fan of cooking from like TV and cooking from experience and shit like that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But also kind of cooking from like taking something that you like, I guess where people would be like, why would I cook this? Why would I make this? Or listen to this person's judgment. And then you notice, you like, hey, this nigga, whoever can cook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like this book, The Thug Kitchen, bro. This book, to be honest, has been like, it really should have been named something else, to be honest. It should have been named like Quick Fast Meals, you know what I'm saying? But with a touch of fancy or some shit, I don't know. But like, cause some of the meals that's in there, you like, bro, this is not no.
Yeah, nigga meals, thug meals, or whatever they.
Yeah. Cause it's like,
I just opened up vitamins, rice noodle salad. You know, like this is just regular good stuff.
right.
But I tell you this too. Talking with a lot of like black chefs, I've noticed like it's a theme of you kind of pick two sides where it's like I'm always like super presentable. There's nothing wrong with either side.
Right.
It's like I'm not trying to get away from my blackness at all, but I'm just a regular dude.
Yeah.
But then there's some folks who they raw. And it's just that
it's gotta be that thing. Yeah.
But
I get that.
I'm a fan of it. Like, I mean, it's a level of quote unquote realness, I guess, but or not. But like, it's something about it where it's just like, man, some folks gonna look at you like that anyway. Imagine if you put yourself out there, but you obviously you operate different. Now you making the word thug, a thug kitchen like not seem like whatever some people might be having in their head. You know what I mean?
Right.
But nah, all this stuff sounds super stupid straight.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of shit in the book that it's like you would think of it, you would like, okay, like that's thinking outside the box. You know what I mean? Because like I also appreciate the book because it's not that I hate. I shouldn't say hate. It's not that I sometimes dislike it when people try to go the soul food fusion route. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it. It's cool. But sometimes people, it's like, you can only fusion soul food, to me, with another culture's soul food. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like a lot of cultures' food is just the soul. I mean, a lot of cultures' food is just the poorest foods. That'd be the best shit. So, but if that's what you're saying, then yeah, for sure. Like, you gotta match the
soul food, like the food vibe with the other food.
Thought. The thought of why it was made and shit. Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Because like when you try to take something of that caliber and then you try to fancy it up, too much, you kind of like,
It
it's
gets
lost.
lost.
It lost its luster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're like, this is doing too much.
Lost his backbone a little bit. I feel
Yeah.
that. No, this stuff, all this stuff is actually. I'm gonna
What's
steal.
a
I might
what's
have
a
to steal this
recipe out
book.
of that
I
junk?
just
You
saw
would be like,
one tofu ricotta. I just passed by it, and I'm like, that's a great base for a lot of stuff, you know, especially for like the vegans and stuff out there. I'm not against vegans at all. I cook for them long enough that and vegetarians. I get it. You know what I mean? It's if that's how you live, and that's how you live, and it's some folks, you know, they do it for dietary, like for real things.
yeah.
You know, it's real.
I mean, like I said, I have nothing against them.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, like if I was gonna be any of it, I probably would be pescatarian. You know what I'm saying? Because I do like fish. I fuck with fish.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean,
like,
I ain't dropping shit. I gotta. I can't cut myself off from that much of the world. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro. Like
I eat too much.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of them type of people. I'm just like, bro, I just love food in general, and it's like, cause it's like, you know, I grew up. My dad was country now, so like we grew up eating like rabbits and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all this type of shit. And it's like, to me, it ain't the best. It ain't my first like, oh, I'm gonna eat that rabbit meat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that my choice, but like, it's still good to know where it come from, what it tastes like, whatever. Like,
that's real meat right there.
Yeah, like my personal favorite, like I can eat steaks and shit all the time. I can eat steaks and shrimp, shit like that, seafood, whatever. But like me personally, like I go out somewhere like, nigga, let me get some duck, dog. Like you got some duck, like I'm finna fuck it up. Yeah. So like, all right, next book up. The next 3 books actually are all based off of like TV shows and shit like that or whatever, right?
Okay.
So have you ever seen this show called The Good Place? So it's a show where like some people died or whatever, and like they're essentially like in this like heaven space or whatever, limbo space or whatever. And so it's like the show is pretty funny, but like they got different foods and different restaurants and shit that they go eat at throughout the show.
Like their dream spots.
Yeah, kind of in a sense.
Okay,
right.
I got you.
So it's like the food that's in the book is kind of funny because it's like you get this I don't know, you get this sense of like what it is. You know what I'm saying? I guess. And it's like cuz it's the official unofficial book. But some of the recipes that are in there, I'm like, all right, it's real simple. You know what I'm saying? I feel like most of it was super simple to be like, yeah, all right, you can make this at the house. You know what I mean? Or like, you want to impress some friends you having like a little house party, and you're like, oh, we all like this and shit. Yeah. This show, you can make that or whatever, right?
Nah, this is fun.
Yeah. So like this one right here, which is a crazy name, but I had bought some cod, and I was like, I'm gonna make some cod, so I made that cod as dead junk, and it was actually pretty fucking fire, bro. Like, it was my first time like frying cod and shit.
Yeah. It's like a cod taco.
Yeah.
See, and then my thing with cookbooks too, like a lot of times I'm reading them and I just scan through it because I just got to get the footnotes and be like, oh, okay, bet. And that's kind of my problem sometimes. Like, because I'm not saying I don't read, I don't like to read, but I get bored sometimes.
I mean, being a chef, because look, that's the funny thing too, is a lot about these books. They have a lot of like side info before you get to just the recipe. Yeah. And it's like explaining to you how the recipe came about or working or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, to me, I think like that's the fun adventure part of being like, oh, this is how this shit came about. Like, 'cause how the fuck do you just come up with like, bro, I don't know. I did this and now it's a Michelin star shit. You know what I mean? You're like, what, nigga? You know what I mean?
That's I've been slowly working on like a cookbook with my family.
Yeah.
But it's something where like I've learned, like I think the story of it all, of like how you come to a recipe, like you're saying, like this is from a TV show and it has its niche, you know, it has its people that it's trying to get to, but the stories is what gets you always, you know. I think in whatever recipe, you know, folks are reading, they like, man. Like the hungover book, or like the Thug Kitchen. Like I'm sure a big part of that book is his story, you know, or that story. But like, shouts out to books, you know, and folk story. You know, everybody got one.
That's true.
But yeah, like this was interesting. I love layout too.
Right. And like because of that book is actually what got me into the show because I was like, I kind of
Oh
want to
yeah, I'm
see
gonna go
what
check it
these,
out.
I want to see what these places look like.
It's a
You know
good
what I'm saying
place.
in the show. So, you a cartoon nigga? You like cartoons and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, yeah. I fuck
All
with it.
right. So this is one book that I have actually finished
Oh yeah.
making all of the recipes out of.
What?
Is the
That's
Bob
live.
Burgers cookbook, bro. And like this junk here, bro, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of them junks was hard as fuck to make. For one, and then for two, because you like, I went into the book and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna need some kind of meat like ground beef or some. No, you got burgers in there that's like there's a salmon burger, chicken burgers. You got fucking veggie type of burgers. You know what I mean?
Totally radish burger.
Yeah, yeah, like, and then you got a couple of burgers that's in there, and all of these have been from the show. So it's like when you make one, you almost are like, bro, I want to watch this
Yeah,
episode. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Why you making it?
Yeah, and so it's like, well, I'm talking about why I eat it or whatever.
The Jacko Lentil Burger. Yeah, like man,
I'm not gonna
these
lie.
names are. I'm gonna read off a couple
Look,
just
yeah,
random names because they
and like see, like they give you some of these give you the layout. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, that burger right there, right? You can read that name long as fuck.
Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Zucchini Burger. That's
Yeah.
an amazing title.
I'm not gonna lie, burger was not that great.
Mm.
The meat, I want to say that meat is like a mixed meat, but I don't like zucchinis, fool. I don't like zucchinis, and like that yogurt sauce.
Mhm. It ain't
man,
it.
that it was I don't know, maybe it was just too many flavors of some shit going on at one time, but this burger right here is fire though with the black garlic mayo and shit.
Bet it all on black garlic.
Yeah,
burger. Man, these I'm mission a corn fish.
Hey, this hoe right here with the fucking okra, my nigga.
Shootout at the okra. Shootout at the okra corral burger, bro. What the fuck,
Bro, look at real quick. Look at what's in the burger, right? And like you it's curiosity to be honest, because like you were like, who did somebody really make this? And then you were like, eat it.
Oh, is it a fried okra burger like the patties? Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's confusing, but actually I know I probably didn't make it the right way, but it's an actually good burger though. It's fire.
I mean, I'm with it. I see fried tomatoes, ranch dressing.
It's really like
a burger. Yeah, I mean,
that, to me, because we were talking about like southern shit. That's to me like the most southern ass burger you can get. You got fried, like a fried, was it fried green tomato?
yeah, fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, and the fried okra and shit.
Yeah, that's pretty southern. All you need is goddamn
like an aioli or something instead of ranch.
Man, I was thinking maybe like some pickled pig feet or something, but yeah.
Damn. I don't know about that one, fool.
This book hard. I've seen it before, but I've never actually read it through. I definitely I'm gonna cop me one of these.
Yeah, bro.
Blunts have more fun. Gus Burger. Cheeses is born. The $6 scallion man.
hey, yo, that burger right there was something, fool. Because it was like, I cook with scallions, but you know, like scallions are too many of them, right? Is overpowering.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
fuck. You know what I'm saying? I learned that the hard way.
Man, nah, I fuck with this one.
Yeah. So, and then the last book,
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorite chefs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy. You know what I mean? Fucking Action Bronson book. Fuck, that's delicious.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got this one. Yeah,
Got it?
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I'm
Cause
a big fan of Action Bronson.
Yeah. Because you know what's funny is that like because of this book, I learned how to cook. Basically, I learned how to cook a lot of shit with olive oil, right?
Yeah.
And like how to cook shit in olive, because like olive oil does cook faster than normal. You know what I'm saying? Or burn faster than normal and all other shit. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yo, he's super. See, I like him because one, I knew his music first, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed he was talking about food a lot, and I was like, damn, that's funny. Like, then I listened closely, like, man, he know what he's talking about. Right. But like, you know, on the TV show that this name after, like, to see that he's so structurally sound, like he knows what the fuck he talking about. Is really it's cool as hell to me. I ain't gonna lie. Like you can tell he's just another cook. You know,
right. And you can tell he been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
The way he move.
Yeah, for sure. And that's some classic. It ain't on me. It's in me. You know, like you can't shake that past. Like when you been in kitchens for like what almost 8 years plus or something like that. You got a way about you for sure.
My
But
guy got a Michelin star too.
who him?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Where?
bro. Bro got a Michelin star chef.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Good for him. Do the claps or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. but nah, man. See, he lucky though. Being up there in New York, he got so much food to in life to get out of everything. I feel like it's I really love New York. You know what I'm saying? Shit. If there's anybody up there listening, shit, I'll let me. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Before we end the episode, right? I got a quick question. All right. When it comes to pizza, right? Are you going Chicago or are you going New York?
New York.
New York.
Off the
Okay.
rip.
Damn, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, off the rip. Yeah.
All right. So New York, Detroit. Pizza.
New York. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So then, let me see. If you had to choose cheese dip, right? Are you going yellow cheese dip, white cheese dip?
White cheese dip, Ponchos.
Ponchos.
Yeah, Ponchos, white cheese dip.
But it's to use like brand name, everything. And Ponchos all day.
Hey,
okay.
You know, shit.
All right. And then, all right, let's see. What was it? Tequila or vodka? Tequila. Okay. Tequila or rum?
Rum.
All right. Let's see. What was the other one? What was the other question?
I'm an ass man.
Let's see. Okay, well, so you cook for Chris Brown. All right, now. What was his name? You cooked for Chris Brown and Kevin Gates.
No, it was Ludacris that time.
Oh yeah.
No. Hell no. Nah, he bushing.
All right. Yeah, no Diddy. All right.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Let's see. If you eat mushrooms, right?
Yeah, like I cook mushrooms. Yeah.
Okay, so if you had to choose a mushroom to cook with, right? What's the mushroom you're going to cook with?
In a dream world, I love morels.
Okay.
If you ever seen those, they look like little small brown trees in a way.
Yeah.
Or a little doo-doo.
Yeah.
Whatever. But they take flavor really well, and the texture is really cool. And I've been able to like forage those before, like here in Tennessee. So I think it's pretty cool that they like naturally grow around me and shit like that. But also, they're my favorite. They're super like they only grow in a really short period of time, so they're really expensive and like hard to get. So that just make them more
almost on like a truffle level.
No. Almost. I mean, it's up there. Like I'll say, like if you ever had chanterelles, like a little yellow mushroom. They're like up there like that. It's just hard to get them. You got to catch them when they're in season for sure. But yeah, shouts out.
That's funny you said because we was talking about mushrooms, right? Because have you ever had chicken in the woods?
Yeah.
You have, brother. I'm not gonna lie. I've eaten chicken in the woods, and it was probably one of the most fire fucking mushrooms I've ever eaten in my entire life. You know what I'm saying?
I found some up in I've gotten some from Shelby Farms before. Yeah. I fuck with chicken in the woods, and they actually like they're so meaty.
Yeah, bro. Like,
it's
like,
great texture.
When my homie got it, I was like, fool. He's like, nah, fool. Like, it's really gonna be like meaty, whatever. And like, when I think of when I think of like a meaty mushroom, I think, like big portobello. You know what I mean?
Right,
or I think like lion's mane. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that or whatever. Yeah. But not like this. I was like, this is like meat. You know what I'm saying? This is
for sure. It's like it tears like meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, chew kind of like chicken for real. It's cool. Especially if you
treat it just
treat it just like meat. Like don't even try to think different. Like just if you're gonna fry it, like put in that buttermilk for like overnight. Let it marinate and then fry it like a regular piece of chicken. I bet it come out stupid
fire. Yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, that's another episode of Big Back Adventures. We had Cam on here just talking shit, talking about books. And then we just gave Cam the quick questionnaire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. as always, everybody, look out for the next episode. You can find Cam on all the social medias at
Country Fried Cam with the C's. Country
boom.
Fried Cam.
Yeah, and then check him out at Cameo from time to time.
Yep. Oh,
Cooking
one
up fire
more
food.
time for the rule of 3. Country Fried Cam. Sorry.
Bam. And as always, you can find me on at Nate Jackson JXON at Orbit Spaceman on stuff. Follow the Instagram. Follow all the cool shit. Follow my comedy shows I got coming up. I'll post that up and all that kind of stuff. And as always, don't forget to drink water and don't be a piece of shit.